Hello Norrathians, this is Vass, and I am standing in the Six Flags over Norrath build. And today I am going to work on the actual entrance to the park. Since we are over Norrath, we have this dirigible here. This is how you get to the park. And the housing portal is right here in the middle. Whenever you zone in, I've kind of got it marked by the moving crate. I had it out here in the center, but when you zone in about here. So whenever you first zone in, since this land is a little sloped, you might be under the ground, under this dock, just a little bit. But if you move, you'll pop up above the dock. But I have lowered the dock by 0.001 until I can get it as low as I can and not have any shimmer with the dock and the actual grass of the zone. So, and I've scrolled out, and as you can see, you start getting a little bit of the shimmer with the grass and the land. So as long as you're up under the entrance, it should be fine. I don't want to go any lower or higher because I don't want to have problems with people not being able to get up. Sarex brought in his little Rotanga, and he was mostly buried under here, so just don't want to go any lower or higher. Okay, so I've got the entrance, I've got this placed, the dock is placed. I am building, adding on to the top of it, so let's do that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to raise it up. It's bugging me. Let's do 1, 2, 3. And it shouldn't make much of a difference whenever someone lands. It's got a little bit of shimmer, but it's not intended on people flying around anyway. So I think it'll be okay. I will try not to let it bug me. Okay, so let's see. Railing of banded sandalwood. And of course it's going to be buried inside here. Okay, so I need to copy that one with this one. That's not exact roll, now it is. And I'm going to move it 6 to the east, and then 0.003 north and up, just to prevent shimmers, because I do have to have it overlapped a little bit. I don't want it sticking through this side. It's barely sticking through. Actually, I don't think it was sticking through. I think it was just the, yeah, it's not. Okay. Okay, so that's there. Now, what I'm gonna do, let's see, that one, that's Freeport, that's Kinos, Kelethin, and New Hollis. Okay, so these are pretty much exact order I want them to be in. Now getting it placed is going to be the hard part, because I actually want it to come up on the outside, so I'll have to move that with the layout editor. Actually, why don't I just do this? Kian's favorite tile. Okay, so if I put that there, I should be able to put the Freeport banner right on the edge, or the Kinos banner right on the edge. Now hopefully I'll be able to fit all 6 of these here. Oh, that was the Freeport. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit all of them here. And why are you not wanting to place closer? Maybe that's why. Turn you just a bit. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna have to move my tile over. Okay, let me zoom in a bit so I can get a little closer to this thing. My headset is being very uncomfortable today, and I don't know why. Maybe my head is swollen from all the allergies. Okay, so you are right up against the edge. So if I move the rest of these guys over to where they're just barely overlapping each other. I think these are at their smallest. Oh no, they're not, so I can go a little smaller if I need to. Okay, and Kelethin should go with Norrath, and New Hollis would go with Gorling. So, oops. Let's move my tile over. I should have used one of the bigger tiles, but this one I just happen to have in my bag. because of other things I was using it for. And will you fit? No, you're not going to fit. Actually, you need to go. Yep, so these are all going to need to be a little bit smaller. So let's get them all the same size with the layout editor. Okay, let's do 0.6 on all of these. So 0.6, highlight them all, scale. It's a little better, but probably not going to be enough. So 0.55. See, that's too small. There's going to be gaps in between. Okay, let's do 0.58. .59. Because as they're getting smaller, they're pulling away from the sides too. So that means I can move them over a bit. Let's start at this side since my tile's already here. And are you going to be enough? Maybe. And I was not happy with the flower wheel, so I've changed my mind a bit on it. And we might be changing that in this episode. It might be the next episode. But it was just, it wasn't looking right for me. And it wasn't going to work when I actually put the seats in. Okay, now I need my scaffolding. See, Luna, I use scaffolding too. Just not that often. Okay. That works. That looks good. I like it. Okay, so I played around. I was up way too late last night, and I played around with a few different ideas. And this is going to look weird at first, but it should come together. No, I don't want to destroy it. Oops, don't need two of those, just one of those. No. Yes, I think this is what I want. Okay, so first things first. This is a bed. Yes, I know it's a bed. I want to make sure that this bed is at a 90 degree so I don't have to mess around. I'm gonna click that portal. I know I am. Oh, it's just in a house portal, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But if I don't get this bed in the right place, then I will have trouble putting everything else together. Okay, rotate is exactly 90. Okay, good. And I think I can actually make this bigger than I thought I could. So that could be a good thing. Could be a good thing. Okay. So let's move you down this way. Maybe a little forward to the north. Let's do 0.2. Okay. I just don't want the portal showing through, and it's barely hinting about it right there, and maybe 0.1 back. Okay. Now to move this down, so I want it flat on the ground. There we go. But I thought the wood tones would go good in here. Okay, so next step. Let's see if I can do this and get it pretty even. I'm going to copy the bed so I can get the center point there. Okay, and the divider, let's go up 1 and south 3. Let's see. 3's too much. So let's go north 0.5. It's a little better, but not quite. Because when I scale it up, it's going to cover everything up. And 0.5 is probably too much. 0.3 south. Okay, so it is too far. Okay. No, not the portal. Okay, what I want to happen is this bed is gorgeous, but it's weird. You've got this trim at the top here, that inlay. You've got this pretty fencing here. And as you see, you can see it right above Vass's head there on the other side. And if you come to the front, you've got the detail inlay at the top. And if I move this down, well, actually, I don't even have to move it down. There is no inlay here. If you come over to this side, there is no inlay. And you can see shadows, like it was supposed to be there, but it's actually the image and lights shining through it. It's very weird. It's like the image is one-sided and it's invisible on the bottom, on the other side, like with items that are invisible on the bottom. That's kind of the way it is. And if you look back at the back there, the inlay's there. But if you go inside, the inlay's not. And it's there, but it's not there. It's a gorgeous bed, but if you don't have it in a certain viewpoint, you're not going to see the details and it's just going to look odd. So, I am going to, if I can get this right, just a little down. Okay, now I've got it in there and it's covered up the inlay. It still has the wood framing, but it has covered up the inlay. Now for the top, if I raise this up, that will work for what I want to do, because I'm going to take another one of those, which I didn't put down. And I'm going to copy this one. How much of that is, yeah, there's still quite a bit of that showing. That's not good. We can work around it. I can fix that. That's not a problem. I am debating if I want to leave that there. Oh, I guess I could. That way at least I have access to it if I need it for some reason. Okay, copy that, paste it there, and roll you 90. Okay, let's roll you -90. Oops, not rotate. Well, I guess I could rotate twice. There we go. And it needs to shift that way. Let's see, 0.33 south. That's a little too far, but that's okay because the inlay on the sides here is going to be really close to the wood. So maybe I should bring this forward. So let's do 0.03 south on that one. A couple of times. 1, 2, 3. Say a couple and then I do a few. Okay, and then this one is just a little too far. Okay, now the wood is showing. There we go. So that's in there. Okay, so I've got 2 sides and a front to do. Okay, you need to be a little smaller. And then this one actually needs to, this one needs to move down a little bit. There we go. And then this one needs to move forward some. Yeah, I'll do the editor, it'll be easier. Let's do 0.01 west. That might be too far. Nope. Yeah, it's really close. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is overlapping the other one. That's good. I'll go 2 more just to make sure there's no shimmer. Okay. And I don't see any shimmers on it. So I think it's good. Now it is high. That's fine because I'm about to lower it. Because I want the actual window in here. Is that too low? Well, I could always lower it down like that and put another piece above it. But let's see. See, that's to me is too low. I'm on an off-mirror, which is kind of short. I think that's good. Yep, I think that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna take you and copy it with this one. So larger one. And let's move it 5 east. to start with. It's too far. I didn't even check the front. Oh, the front looks good. Oh, might actually could go a little bigger on those. As long as it doesn't bleed through this other side. It's pretty much centered. So let's do this. Let's select these. Instead of 2.5, let's do 2.7. Might be too big. Yep. Okay, 2.6. Okay, that's good. And it is bleeding through here just a little bit. So let's do 2.55. 5.8. There we go. It's not bleeding through. Okay, good. So I know this one is still too far out. And I forget which one it was. Let's see. I am standing close to it. My location is negative 44 and 89. Okay, so those, okay, negative 44, so it's this one. So let's do 1 west. And not far enough. 0.1 west. And it's a little too far, I think. Let's compare it to the other side. Yeah, just a little bit too far. So, 0.01 east. That might be too far, might disappear. No? The wood didn't disappear, that's good. Okay. And now that I made those bigger, let's lower those down just a little bit. 0.1. That way it's not sticking through. The trim work part that is or is not there is hidden. The window's at a good height and it's about even on both sides. Okay. So done there. Next, this one, I'm going to copy you. And this time, well, this is a longer move, so 5 might work this time. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little too far. Let's do 0.5 south. Okay. 0.2 north. Okay. So, need to make you bigger. And 0.2 north was too much, as we can see here. And it's actually too big now, because I don't want the wood showing through just at the edge of it. It's a little bit off center. So let's save you and you, and let's move you 0.005 east, and let's do it a couple times. Yeah, a couple of times was too far. Back to the west once. Okay. Now the spacing on the sides here looks really close. Okay, so that's in place. It needs to come down. I am going to have to put a railing in, I think. Because that's a good height there, but I need something to cover that up. I mean, I don't have to cover it up. Actually, I might not. I'll just leave it like that. That's fine. A little bit of detail. And I mean, you can see it's open there. But even if I put a railing in there, it's still going to be a little bit open. But I think it'll be okay. I don't want to cover up the ceiling, or I'd put another divider in. Okay, so next I need this guy. And this one is going to be a tricky one. Actually, maybe not, because if I do this and this and use the center point of the tall divider for that, and then move it 2.2 north, that should be in there. Now let's raise it up so I can grab a hold of it. There we go. Now I could still move it a little bit north. Actually, I moved it by hand, so I need to get a new save. Okay, let's do 0.2 north. Okay, let's try that again. Might be too far. It is, so let's go back. That's, oop, that's a little bit of a gap there. So let's do 0.1 south. Okay, so we are good. Got a little bit of overlap here. That's good. That's what I want. Okay, couple extra little pieces here. And I want you scaled just bigger. Just bigger. And sink you down, not that far. You're not floating, are you? No, you're not. Okay, good. So now, what did I just see? I see that tile because it's the same size as the other one. So let's shift that tile. West 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.005. And it's gone there. Is it showing over here? No. Okay, good. That should be good. Yep, I can get through. And I can get through the doorway. Okay, so that's there. I know it looks like they are a little tall right now. I don't think I can go. No, I can't go down any further with that. But I still have to put a trim here. Oh, that tile is showing. Let's do this. We will make you 2.155. Make you a little smaller, and then you disappear. Good. Okay. So that's in there, and what I can do now take this one, copy from here to here, make it a little bit smaller. So 2.56 or 2.16. And let's move this one in 1 to the north and pop it in there. And it's really close. Let's go 0.1 a couple of times north. There we go. So you arrive, you get off, and you're right here, and I need a sign that's going to go right here in the middle. And the house actors, I need to dress them up. Let's see, and I don't want to do adoration. Sandstone? Sandstone might look good with this blue-gray. Oh, you know what? I know what will look good. But I don't think I have any on me. No. Those are way too long. Inventory bag 3, 24. Bag 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Got 2 of them, but these probably are way too big at their smallest. Yeah, they're too big. I don't know though. That might be okay. Oh, it's a clash of wood and colors. I don't like it. Okay, so what I know will be good. I don't think it's tradable. Oh, it is tradable. Is there any on the broker? Oops. Oh, that's not bad. 1, 2. Thank you, High Pockets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 9. Yes, so we have a little bit of overlap. And sink it a bit to make sure it's not floating. But yeah, I think the Adoration and the Myrist and there's a couple other tile sets that go really good together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I don't remember how far in I had it. Okay. Oh, come on. Go where I want. Okay, so that is in place now. Now I'll have my sign right there. And I've got my banners up above that are way too high. Okay, let's fix that. Okay. We're gonna have to shrink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that one, and that one. Let's move these all down. Let's go down 2. Let's see how that looks. Okay, it could still go down some more. 2. That's not bad. It's the depth here is almost centered between those bands, so it's pleasing to the eye. I think it's just a little bit further down. So 0.2 down. There we go. No, it still needs more down. 1, 2, 3. Because of the angle. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'll need to put my sign there, and then the ticket booth, dress the house actors in the ticket booth will be set. Oh yeah, and my door, I'll have to put my door there. So that part's done. As far as the wheel, this is what I've come up with instead. I like the way it's twirling through. So for the flower wheel, and this one is finished. The honey mixer's finished, which I did in the last episode. And the buttercups are finished. That was in the last episode. So I had to move some trees because of that stupid glitch that comes through this house and goes all the way to the wall. Whenever I was prepping to get ready for the next build, I kept falling through. And I think it's fine now. But some of the trees I was falling through, and the branches weren't flat enough, so I had to pitch them and roll them and so on to get them flat enough. And this one is just going to be for cover, I think. Originally I was going to have it, well, I could still. Originally I was going to use this as part of the ride. But I think, yeah, there's the issue. Where it becomes invisible at this part. Because of the glitch that's running through the house. And the bad thing is I'm going to be moving some of these rides, which I will do on an episode because it's going to be a mass move of the rides, and that's something that I'll be doing with the layout editor, and I think everyone would like to see how to do a mass move with the layout editor. So I will make sure I do that on camera, but I'm actually Sayrex came in and was giving me a run through, and he suggested that since I've got Kelethin with a different pathing, and I'm going to have to do Freeport with a different pathing, that I should do Gorwin and New Hollis with a different pathing. So that totally makes sense. And to do that, we were running through some situations. This ride is part of Gorwin, but the entrance is in Kelethin. So that doesn't really make sense. Now, Gorwin starts here, and it goes over here, and it's this back section by the water that is Gorwin. So this ride is part of Gorwin. The sushi restaurant is part of Gorwin. The pirate ship is part of Gorwin. And the water adventure ride is part of Gorwin. So I'm going to continue this stone as part of Gorwin. And the balloon stall is actually, I considered it part of Kelethin. Kinos. So I'm actually going to rotate that around and put it right here, right at the end of the entrance to the log flume, which is part of Kinos. So it will be here. I will take up all these books. Then I can use a different style of book for the pathway over for New Hollis. So I can have New Hollis branching off from here with a different path to designate that this is the New Hollis section. So that I can use the books, since I'm going to be picking up the books, plus I've already got the books here that I can just switch out. I can just copy the new books using the coordinates of these books, and then just raise all of these books up and then pick them up. So that would be a pretty easy changeover. But for Freeport, since I'm going to be picking up all those books here for Gorwin, and the books over here from here down for Gorwin, then that means all of those books I will have free in the book count to use for Freeport. That way I don't have to use any building blocks and so on for Freeport. And then I can also branch off and do the path going to Norrath. So for here, because I'm going to have Freeport coming off here, I might have to have Norrath coming off here, which will be fine. It'll come off here and it'll go around. But this ride does not need to be opening into Kinos. So this is going to be a mass move. Every single one of these pieces, every single one, is going to be rotated 180 degrees. So the entrance to the ride will be back here. And the path will go from here to where the regular path is from Gorwin, where it changes into the slab. It'll come behind here, and the entrance to the ride will be here. And then it will come behind and meet up over here for the rest of the Gorwin rides. And the balloon stall will be at the end of Kinos, and the Gravitron will be another mass move because it is a little tight here, and then it's got this open area here. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be a mass move rotate. So I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees, and then move the whole thing to where the entrance here is here. So that will, to get the entrance to line up here, it will have to be shifted this way a bit and this way back towards me. So that will free up a little extra space back here for the path. So it should be good. And I've got some stuff prepping for Freeport, as Freeport will be next after Kelethin. Wanted to make sure the items are in here. I'm not so much worried about the building block counts, especially since I'm going to, and that's why those chalp blocks are just placed in here. It's because I wanted to get the length and make sure that I had those in the item count, so it wouldn't mess with my item count. But for Freeport, I wanted to make sure that I had the item count as well. So I've got some items placed back there that I know will be, excuse me, that I know will be for Freeport. That tree is too low. Why are you not that tree? This tree. No. Oh. I thought I had this fixed. The things you discover as you're running through. Okay, so it's still arched a bit, but I think it'll be okay. Because originally I was going to have it over here, but I think I'm going to have it over here. But I think I can still work with this. Any more annoyingly low branches? I mean, I think that's okay. This one's here, and that one's a little higher, so I think it'll be okay. Okay, so before I do the flower wheel, I need to take a quick break, grab something for lunch, and I will be back, and we will continue on.